Here's the student dashboard as your students will see it. So these are the courses that they are enrolled in. This first one is an example course we just created, and to access the course, we just have to click on Open. As you can see, it's only showing the first lecture because we previously chose to drip the content, so they will have to wait a few days to see the second one. Now, at the end of this lecture, your students will be able to mark it as complete, and that's how progress is tracked. So as you can see, since it's only one lecture, once I mark it as complete, the progress bar goes immediately to 100. Now let's go back to the course and explore the settings button. When you click on this button, you will be able to see all the initial settings that you decided on upon creating the course and change them or modify them if you need to. We can also see more options in the three-dot menu of each module. So you're able to add a quiz to the module. You can access the module settings or remove the module completely. Let's take a look at the quiz feature. So our quizzes are a way for you to evaluate students' knowledge, and they must be passed in order for your student to be able to move on to the next module. You would click here to create a new one and then start adding your questions. These are multiple choice questions, so you must provide the answer options as well. So let's create two options, and for this second option, I will check this box here which indicates this is the correct answer. So I'll add a couple more questions for this example. You can add as many questions as you like, and once you're done, just click on Activate Quiz and confirm. Now let's see if it's working, so let's go back to the course and preview the course as a student. Now my student will be able to see each lecture, then they would have to mark each one as complete, and then they will see the quiz for the module. Here are the two example questions we just created with the answer options. Now let's choose our answers and submit them. Now apparently I chose one correct answer and one wrong answer, giving me a 50% score, which was not enough to pass the quiz, meaning I failed. But I can choose to retake the quiz, select the right answers, and pass it. Once passed, we can click here and see our results. So this is what the student would see, but from the administrator's end, it's a little different. So let's go back to the module's three-dot menu, click on Quiz, and then click here to view the results. Then you would see the list of students who have taken the quiz. To see their results, just click on their name, and then you'll access their quiz stats. So you can see how many times they took the quiz and the results for each attempt. Now let's go back and see the second option in this module's three-dot menu, which is the settings. Here you can change the module's name, and there's also an option to associate a page or funnel page to this specific module. You can use this option whenever you are giving partial access to your course or you're selling individual modules. Once you add a page to one of your modules, students who only have access to one of your modules will be able to click a button that will redirect them to the page you chose here so they can buy the module. This page in most cases should be either an order form or a sales page for the module that you're selling. The third option in the menu is to remove the module. This action will delete the module and its lessons completely. Once you confirm, you cannot change your mind. Now let's see the options that we have for the lectures. The first option is to deactivate the lecture. What this does is to make the lecture no longer accessible for your students. It does not delete it, but your students won't see it anymore. The second option is to edit the lecture, and this will take you to the editor. It's the same as clicking on the lecture name. The third option is to view the lecture. It will take you to the lecture dashboard and you'll see what your students see. And then we have the settings for the lecture. Here you'll be able to change the name of the lecture and add a delay in case you decided to drip your lectures. After settings, we have the option to create a drip access email. This email will be sent to your students once they receive access to a lecture, but keep in mind this will only work for students who have a drip access type. Once you click here, you will be redirected to the editor where you can draft your email, letting your students know that they now have access to a new lecture. After creating this email for the lecture, instead of having the option to create an email, it will change to edit the drip email. Moving on to the next option, we have the duplicate button. So with this one, you just make an exact copy of the lecture. And then the last option we have here is to remove the lecture. So if you click here and confirm, this lecture will be removed permanently. Now let's go back to the course list to review a few more options that we have for each course. So upon opening the course's three-dot menu, you will see a list with 7 options. And you'll soon get familiar with the options in the three-dot menu for each feature. They're pretty similar. So the first one, as you saw before, is to view the course, and we can preview the course as a student. Then below the View button, we find the Curriculum button. And if you click here, you'll be able to access the space where you can add more modules and lectures. Then we have the Settings button, where you'll be able to modify the information that you added when you first created the course. After that, we have the Share button. This will open a pop-up with a link to share the course with other System.io users. Once they click on the link, they will get an exact copy of the course in their System.io account. And just like with the funnel share link, this also works as an affiliate link, meaning that you can share it with someone who's not a System.io user, and if they sign up using that link and buy a subscription or any of our offers, you will get a commission. We also have the option to duplicate the course. So by clicking here, we can make an exact copy. Then the second to last option we have here is to deactivate the course. By clicking here, the course will not be removed, but instead it will no longer be available for your students. Whenever you are ready to activate the course again, just go to the menu and click on Activate. Finally, we have the Remove button, and this option will remove the course permanently, meaning that neither you nor your students will be able to access or see it anymore. Now, in order for students to see the course, they can access it via their student dashboard or the link that was sent to them in an email when they bought the course, or we can share the link to the course. If they haven't bought the course, they will see a page like this, and as I mentioned before, they will see the Buy button. If you remember from before, we actually selected the page where this button redirects you in the course settings, usually an order form where they can buy it directly.